The last episode ended with the water tank being lowered into place. The next step was to pour 2-part foam alongside the tank to help hold it in place. You've got about 10 seconds of mixing before this stuff starts to go off. I did the work on cool mornings to give me slightly more working time. After a bit of puffing up, it would harden, and within about half an hour it could be trimmed and shaped. Then I cut 5 sheets of X-mat for each side with these funny tabs at the end so that the corners would fold over somewhat smoothly. The purpose of this was not just to hold the tank in place, but also try to keep the water from migrating down into the void space under the tank. You know you've been in dry dock too long when they start building stuff in front of the boat, especially when it's concrete. Yay, it's finally time for engine installation. I didn't want to permanently rebuild the floor frame at the forward end of the engine compartment because I wasn't sure how the engine was going to fit. So I built this temporary brace so that the bilge hatch cover could support the weight of the engine. Pounds of engine was supported by the main halyard and this 4x4 that was partially resting on the cabin companionway sides. And for fore and aft adjustment, a line could run perfectly straight out the hatch and onto a cleat on the mast. the big concerns about the engine fit was how the transmission would fit down in the V of the hull at the coupling. Luckily, the transmission fit just fine without having to locate the engine further forward and build the engine box further out into the cabin. The problem, though, is that there was no room for an engine bed under the aft mounts. There's about an inch of clearance between the factory mount and the hull. So there was another week delay, making up 2 templates for custom mount plates. The plates were different for port and starboard sides. Meanwhile, there's always something interesting going on around the boat yard. I think that line trailing off the stern is for man overboard. In case you fall out of the plane, you can grab it as it goes by. And finally, I'm going to leave you with some scenes from the Volvo Ocean Race. Leg 8 just completed from Lisbon, Portugal to Lorient, France. To get there, they had to transit upwind across the notorious Bay of Biscay.